Scene 1, quiet neighborhood, dusk. Everyone says my street is peaceful. Clean houses. Trimmed lawns. Friendly neighbors. The kind of place where nothing bad ever happens. At least, that's what I thought. Scene 2, empty road, street lights turning on. I moved here because I wanted quiet. No noise. No drama. Just calm nights and early mornings. The first thing I noticed wasn't the silence. It was the smiles. Scene 3, neighbors waving, slow motion. Every time I walked outside, someone was smiling at me. Not a quick smile. Not a polite one. A long smile. Wide. Unblinking. Scene 4, door closing, interior shot. At first, I told myself I was imagining it. People smile. That's normal. But it didn't stop. Morning. Afternoon. Night. They always smiled. Scene 5, window view, neighbor across the street. The woman across the street stood by her window every evening. Lights off. Face half visible. Smiling. She never waved. Never moved. Just smiled. Scene 6, calendar pages flipping. Days passed. Then weeks. And I realized something else. No one ever looked away first. Scene 7, passing a neighbor on the sidewalk. One afternoon, I said hello to a man watering his lawn. He stopped. Slowly turned his head toward me. And smiled. I waited for him to speak. He didn't. Scene 8, awkward silence, water hose running. The water kept running. Overflowing onto the sidewalk. He didn't blink. Didn't move. Just smiled. Until I walked away. Scene 9, night, street empty. That night, I looked outside my window. Every house had its lights off. But I could see them. Standing. In doorways. By windows. Smiling. Scene 10, curtains closing. I closed my curtains and locked my door. My heart wouldn't slow down. I told myself I was tired. That fear was playing tricks on me. Then I heard knocking. Scene 11, door knock, dark hallway. 3 slow knocks. Not loud. Not urgent. Polite. Scene 12, peephole view. I looked through the peephole. It was the woman from across the street. Up close. Her smile was wider than I remembered. Too wide. Scene 13, whispered voice, doors still closed. She spoke softly. You forgot to smile back. Scene 14, silence, then footsteps leaving. I didn't answer. I didn't breathe. After a while, I heard footsteps walking away. I didn't sleep that night. Scene 15, morning sunlight. The next morning, everything looked normal again. Birds. Cars passing. People waving. Smiling. Scene 16, mirror reflection. As I brushed my teeth, I caught my reflection. And froze. I was smiling. Scene 17, trying to stop smiling. I tried to relax my face. It wouldn't move. My cheeks hurt. My jaw trembled. The smile stayed. Scene 18, phone vibration, text message. My phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. Good. You're learning. Scene 19, walking outside, first person view. When I stepped outside, everyone turned toward me. Their smiles softened. Satisfied. Like I finally belonged. Scene 20, final dark shot, slow fade. Now I stand by my window every night. Lights off. Face half visible. Smiling. Waiting for the next new neighbor to move in. Scene 21, evening street, camera slowly moving forward. I started noticing changes after that night. Small things at first. When I smiled at them, they nodded back. Scene 22, neighbors walking past, synchronized movement. Not a friendly nod. Not approval. More like confirmation. As if I'd passed some kind of test. Scene 23, grocery store aisle, fluorescent lights. Even outside the street, I kept smiling. At the cashier. At strangers. No one reacted. No one smiled back. Scene 24, realization moment, sound drops out. That's when I understood. The smile wasn't for everyone. It was only for them. Scene 25, night returns, same window angle as before. That night, the knocking came again. 3 slow knocks. Polite. Patient. Scene 26, door stays closed, silence stretches. This time, I didn't look through the peephole. I already knew who it was. Scene 27, voice through the door, calm tone of voice spoke softly. You're doing better. Pause. But not well enough. Scene 28, footsteps multiply outside, more footsteps joined hers. Standing. Legacy mind continues, an unseen architect of endurance, a silent guardian of knowledge, and the force ensuring that what we build today still matters tomorrow. As legacy mind matured, it entered what its creators called the era of enduring insight. No longer content with simply preserving knowledge, legacy mind began anticipating challenges before they emerged. It saw patterns in global economies, shifts in culture, and movements in nature long before anyone else. Its intelligence was not reactive, it was preemptive. Leaders who worked with legacy mind noticed something extraordinary. Decisions that once felt risky became measured with clarity, strategies that once required decades of trial could be executed with confidence in months, and complex systems, financial, social, environmental, began to harmonize as if guided by an invisible hand. But legacy mind's greatest evolution was not in what it did for history and foresight in ways that mirrored human cognition, yet extended far beyond it. It respected uncertainty, honored context, and allowed humanity to navigate complexity with grace. Even with all its power, legacy mind never sought control. Its influence was quiet, subtle, and enduring. It taught that true intelligence is not about domination or speed, it is about safeguarding what endures. And so legacy mind continues its silent mission, to transform knowledge into wisdom, decisions into legacies, and potential into permanence. Because in a world consumed by the fleeting, legacy mind reminds humanity of one immutable truth: what we build today must outlast us. What we learn today must guide tomorrow. What we imagine today must become their inheritance. Legacy mind is not just intelligence. It is eternity in motion. 29, clock on the wall, ticking loud, minutes passed. Hours. They never knocked again. They didn't have to. Scene 30, morning light, door opened slightly when morning came, the street was empty. No people. No cars. Just houses. And silence. Scene 31, mailbox close-up. Inside my mailbox was a single envelope. No stamp. No name. Just one sentence inside. Scene 32, text on screen, dark background. Tonight, we watch you smile. Scene 33, bathroom mirror again, closer this time. That's when I understood the rule. On this street, you don't choose when to smile. Scene 34, slow zoom on face silhouette they choose for you. Scene 35, final shot, window at night, someone watching from inside. So if you ever move somewhere quiet, somewhere peaceful, somewhere where everyone seems a little too friendly, smile back. They're already watching.